Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for stopping by. I am still working on the For the Love of Reading journal, and I'm getting almost done here. And I was working on it and I thought, well, maybe I should just oh, I hate Sorry Silk for that reason, because I thought I would just go ahead and show you what I'm doing. And I don't know if you haven't seen anyone do a hidden spine, but this is the way I do it, and I don't do that many, so I don't know if it's the correct way or not. But anyway, I'm just going to. So here is my spine that I've drawn on already, so that I have now. The mistake I feel I made was I probably should have gone closer to the top on each of these, but I still think it's going to be okay. I think once this is all glued down, the journal pages will be okay. And then, so I've already got this one started. I already put the holes through here, and I use a large book usually if I have more than one signature. And when I do that, to make these holes, I make sure it's really down into here, because you want it to go as straight as possible in order for your holes to be in the center of that fold. But I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so I just left my thing in there. I did the center one, and I'm going to do the back ones now. And you just have to make sure I'm doing the front. I did the center, and I'm going to be doing the back. You just have to make sure that everything is going the right direction. So I'm gonna 3 times this length of the journal. And this has been a little bit tough to get threaded today. I don't know. I could use just a little bit bigger needle, because this is a new thread that I've got, and I like the neutral color of it. It's not waxed linen, it's just a cord of some sort. You can use waxed linen, but I don't know that it means that it's that big of a deal. Okay, so here we go. So we're gonna go straight through this. Now, supposedly, if you hold this down as far as you can, it's gonna come straight through to the other side. Hey, look at that. Yeah, that was kind of a trick I just learned from somebody else, that, you know, to keep this closed as much as you can. I think I need to get a real long needle so that my hand will be out. Can't find the needle now. We'll see how it goes. I mean, that was just the first one. So we'll see. All right. I'll take this out now. Just had that stuck in there to keep everything together. Alrighty. I'm gonna pull that. There we go. And then I'm just gonna kind of clip it under there so it doesn't fall through. This is kind of loose when you do the hidden spine. Your whole thing is loose. All right, so then I'm gonna go to the top, and I'm gonna work my way through this part. Hopefully it went, which is good. And it's a tight one, so let me get my little pliers. Okay, let's, whoa, hold on, it's stuck on here. I should have moved all that stuff. I'm still not done sewing in the all the journal cards and stuff. Still have to do. Boy, that one went right through, you guys. Right through. That's amazing. All right. Now, tighten this up as good as we can. And we're going to go through the center again. And this may be a challenge. Nope, went right through. Maybe on the, well, I'll do it after I get through. Okay, and then up through the other side, so you have one on this side and one on that side. Make sure everything is tight. This one looks like it could be tightened. I never know when to pull, where to pull either. If anybody has that problem, let me know. Where do I? Oh, I know how to unloosen it, that's for sure. Okay, so I guess I'll go this way a little bit. There we go. That's pretty tight. All right, and so we let go of this, and I tie this. And I don't usually tie 2 knots because I just feel like it gets that knot there, and it doesn't look very pretty, double knot. I don't think it's gonna ever come undone because we're not gonna cut it that short. I might leave these because I don't know if I'm going to put any dangles on the end. All right, so now we can take this off. So we have our first signature and our second signature. There is a space in, I wrote up in here top because I kind of want to remember I just want to make sure I was putting them the right, all of them up the right way. Okay. So I had a thought here. I'm not sure what it is. Let me think. All right, I just did that. Okay. So this is going to be the center one. And now we're going to do this one. Oh, I know. I'll show you right now. That's what I was thinking. How to show you how to mark these, because I don't mark them the way other people do. So what I do is line these all up the best that I can. Okay. This one I taped it because it kept wanting to move. Okay, and this one, bring it down a little so that they're all lined up. And what I did was I made this exactly the size of this. And normally you would leave, like if you were doing a spine with a regular, like a single spine, you would leave it a little bit down and a little bit at that end when you're marking them. But I felt like if I did it this way, make it exactly what size I need, I can adjust this in my book, not before. Makes it easier, I think. All right, let's see, let's move this up a little. This one. That one. This is in here because I needed to do something. I guess I'll just take it out. Oops, what happened here? Oh, I see. Your pages aren't perfect. It doesn't really matter. It's just that you want to make sure that if you have any small pieces that it's included in the spine. All right. So now what I'm going to do is clip this, clip these because I don't want them to move. I'm taking the center page out and I'm folding it like this. And it's going to go in this direction. You could do this before you sew any end, but I just got anxious. All right, so I can see my holes here. Okay, that's already in my spine. Hopefully you can see that. And I'm going to make a dot here. Whoops, don't lose it. But see, that's why I make my pages exactly the size of the spine, because then I don't have to worry about it. But I'm not seeing the dot. I don't know why it's moving on me. All right, the dot there. And it's nothing like having a blue dot right where you want to put a blue dot. All right, so I'll move that out of the way. Then I'm going to open this back up, get it centered back where it should be. And you see why I've turned it inside out, so I could mark the dots inside. Didn't have all three sides clipped last time. All right, so now I am going to get this book because we're going to punch these holes. These holes have already been punched where I had them marked. And I want to get this as far down in the book pretty much as I can and go straight through. And straight through. Oh, I got a new one of these. My old one, I glued it in so it couldn't come out. I forgot about that. I just thought I'd use it because I won it the other night. I never win anything at my guild meeting, and I won. So I was so excited. Okay, that's pretty good. I mean, they're always not just perfect. Okay, so now we're going to sew it into there. So let me get some more thread. Are you guys having fun yet? Really, I don't like this part of making a journal. I don't like doing the cover and sewing in the signatures. It's kind of nice when you do an altered book because you don't have to do any of that. Okay. I hope you can't hear that bulldozer next door. Great. Motorcycle's already been by, so you don't have to worry about that. Unless he's going somewhere later. All right, so now we're gonna go straight through here. There we go. And then through the hole. It's getting a little harder to handle now that it's bigger. Oh, geez. Okay. You know, I've heard people say that they would probably use, they would like to use, or are using, a thinner thread, but I feel like the skinnier the thread, the chances of it ripping, because if it's thin like that, every time you tug on it, you can be pulling it, and you know, you don't want to do that. Let me see, make sure this is upright. Yes, okay. Don't want to do it upside down. I've been known to do that many times. Okay, let's get lucky here. Come on. Okay, so it's not going to work for me this time. So we'll have to do one page at a time. Just look for the needle as it's poking through. And that's where I lost it, evidently. Okay. back it out a little bit if it's not too much. There we go. Back through this side. I'm just trying to get it through the papers, not the cardboard. There we go. Okay. I always wish this was the last part, but I have to go back through the center. All right, let's see if everything's pretty straight, and it is. Whoops, something's missed. Trying to see my needle, it's hard to see it. There it is. I wonder if anybody would like to make a machine that could do this, right? That wouldn't cost you a lot. All right. Okay, that's good. And we're on the other side, so that's good. And like I said, I'm just going to tie it one knot. You can always put a little touch of glue there if, whoops, that doesn't cut. If you feel like it might come undone. I mean, of course, this is, I probably should leave it open if I'm going to do this, but so you can just put a little dab of art glitter glue, kind of just seal it. And if you tie a bow, then, you know, that's another option to tie a bow in here. All right, so, gosh, I'm glad I got that done. This goes somewhere. Oh, it goes in here. All right. That journal card's a little big. I'm going to have to, oh, that's why it's not in. I have to trim it down. And then I have to go back and sew everything. Put my needle away so I don't lose it. Okay, so what else was I going to, oh, so this is all in. I have one page that is just a tad too high, but I'm not going to worry about it because, you know, they don't have to be perfect. So this and this is going to fit right inside of here, like that. And I am not going to glue it in yet because I'm going to make sure that it's, you know, that I close it and I put something heavy to weight it down. But that's how it's going to look. It looks cute. Oh, so cute. And then this is going to tie over the side, like so. Now, in here, I had those little baby tiny pearls, and they all popped off when I was putting on the first, putting in the first signature. So I just took them all off, and I had some flat pearls, a little bit bigger, but I just put those in place. And I curve them around a little bit more up here. Then I've got this, and this is on the side, and then I put a piece of the other lace over the top of this. And then you can see that doily coming through on that side too. Alrighty, so let's see. Wow, we got time here. So I'm not gonna glue, like I said. I've got to still sew some of the journal cards. But this is probably gonna be the last video before I actually show you the flip through. So let me see if there's anything I need to do other than I need to put a, let's see, do I want to put an eyelet or do I want to just put a punch? I've been liking this here because I can use a little bit wider ribbon. So let me do this. And some Sari silk through that. I don't know, I just kind of like this look all of a sudden. Now I can just staple it. I do like it to be kind of ruffly like that. Maybe I'll go sideways with it a little bit like that. So I could staple it, or I could put a tie over here, but for some reason I just don't have pretty like string. All my string is like kite string, and I don't really like that look. What else could I put there instead of a staple? I could put where are the, I'm looking for like one of these guys. I could just, oh no, I can't do that. I'd have to make a hole there. That won't work. All right, so it's gonna be a staple then. Let's staple it. I take forever for the first little project to get done. All right, that looks good, I think. I could put something here just to make that a little bit more fun if I have anything. Actually, I could make like another tag on there. Oh, that's a double tag. Okay. Some little public library cards. That'd be kind of cute to put in a pocket. I have a lot of still pieces that I would like to use up. Okay, so I could just glue something like that on there just so it's not so plain. I don't like the color, that color with that color. This color is more, oh, this is cute. I have no idea whose kits these are from because I've been collecting stuff for a while. I like that one too. All right, let me ink it. I was going to sew around it, but stop. I couldn't. Well, I don't need the back inked. Ink this one. Let's see if I have another little journal card or something that can go in with it. I like these, but I feel like these could go in something else. All right, let me glue this down. So I'm just gonna glue along here. Maybe this one just, I can move these around, or whoever gets the journal can move them around too. But I do like having these little cards, little journaling cards, just to write, you know, that one thing on. Maybe, you know, it's Grandma's birthday or something, and you just want to put today's Grandma's birthday. All right, so that will go right there. And that's paper clipped on. Okay, this is all done, this page. I have this little collage that I put on there. Okay, here I need a tag. Let's see, I want, whoops. Okay, this has space for a tag back here. And a card in here too. It says, you can never get a cup of tea large enough or a book long enough to suit me. This is what we need in here, is a collage, because remember when I did this and then I left the center for, yeah, let's see, what are we going to put there? I was thinking I could cut somebody out again. I like this, that one anyways. I'm going to put that there. Oh, let's see, what can we put there? Where's my little kids? Or I have this like a key. Envelope, that's kind of cute. I want to use these guys. They're just so darn cute. They have nothing to do with reading, but they're too cute to ignore. All right, I'm going to put some on the edge. These little guys came from, I cut out from Artie Mae's, one of her kits. It's kind of like the Tim people, but okay, so if I put them right there, they'll look like they're kind of standing on that. Or maybe I should put a piece of lace down there for them to stand on. I don't know if any of my, didn't really get much of this blue color in this journal. Nope, it's just a little, it's, you know, it's brighter than I anticipated. It'll work someday though. there so they could. Yeah, I think they look fine. Just walking in air. So hope everybody's good. Don't think I put a video up yesterday. I've been kind of dealing with my mom, and she says she's feeling better. We had a doctor's appointment today, and she canceled a couple hours before. So I said, okay, Mom, never mind. You know, it's like, let's see, I think they kind of need to go that direction. You can only do so much. And I said, well, you know, maybe in pain for a long time if you don't, well, they're going to send me to another doctor and all that kind of stuff, you know, which they usually do. Your primary doctor doesn't really, you know, other than giving you medication that you're already getting from a specialist or something, usually. I don't know. Oh, this is gonna go into this one. Okay, and I'll come back and sew those, but yeah, I like that now. How cute. I get to use those kids. Okay, this page, got a few minutes, so let's kind of work on this one. Supposed to put these all back in my little book. And I made one of these, and I was gonna sell it to one of you if somebody was interested in it, but it didn't turn out very good. I made too many mistakes on it. So maybe I'll try it again. I don't have time to do it. Okay, this is one of our handkerchiefs that I folded over, and then I put the stick pin in here, and I can actually lift this up, I think. So what I thought I would do is take this bird, because I love this bird, and I'm just going to decoupage it on this napkin. I don't know, I think I'm going to go all the way up with to the edge of the blue, and do it like that. Let's see, I'm trying to think where, just in case I want to put an embellishment down there. Yeah, I think that'll look good. This napkin I got from hold on, I'm thinking about it. Help me out, Diane. What's the name of your shop? Reflections by Di. I know her name better than I know the name of her shop on Etsy. And she sells beautiful journals too, you guys. She's not getting a lot of traffic from Etsy for her journals, so if you have any need for one, or go take a look at hers. It looks to me that I haven't seen one in person, but from what I've seen, they look very, a lot of work went into them. Let's put it that way. A lot of work went into this one. I feel like I've been working on it for a long time, but I really, really like it. Okay, and then this side is really ready to journal on. So I'm trying to think if I want to use sandpaper thing, or do I want to wait for it to dry and then use the sandpaper. So I know I'm going to use this, but this is the best invention ever to cut this paper off. Well, I think. Maybe that one is not very good anymore. Not enough grit. Where are you? Another one. Oh, darn. This is the Dollar Tree ones. I guess it's just either a tough napkin or, gosh, I hate for you guys to have to listen to that. But I kind of want to finish it. If I had one of those cameras where you could pause, I would pause. But if I pause on this one, if I stop the phone, then I have to join them all together. And then I have to download it from the movie app. iMovie, I think it is. Then I sit and watch it, you know, because I want to see. And then I end up deleting other things, if you've ever noticed that. Yeah, that one wasn't quite perfect, but okay, let's ink it up. I really don't like vintage photo on craft card, but I got these at Hobby Lobby. Of course, they were, you know, one of their 50% off sales. Because I usually don't like to, I don't usually buy them pre-made, but I can't find the darn. This little drawer here is now getting so full. I did use my eyeshadow in this on one of the journal because it was real white, the page. A journal card, it was at Edith Holden, and I've got that stuff all over. And so this has already been punched, but oh, it's probably a little smaller than this, is it? Oh, there we go. Okay. Now what? I'm going to put ribbon through this one. I think this is too dark. Too turquoise. I don't know. Maybe that doesn't even look good in that one. That one looks better. This is the postcards I bought, the flower ones from Amazon. I think that's too dark to be the background and too that color. This I coffee dyed because it was very white. White background. That's all right. I like that. All right, so let's see. I could put it with that because that was really pretty. I just put this piece in here for something to journal on. I don't think I have. That's kind of pretty. That's kind of a dusty blue. It's not baby blue. Get these clipped together because otherwise they are everywhere. This is kind of like a gray blue, actually. I'll probably take this and press it in my iron because I don't like those creases. It came off. This is vintage. It came off a vintage package, you know, in a vintage package. I got these at Hobby Lobby in the Christmas section because it was 50% off of $2.99 or something. And they hardly cut at all. They're not that good at all. All right. Kind of wanted to put something here. How about a label? That would be cute. Get something. These labels are all from Collage Type. Something going, I don't know, I want a bird on a bird. You know what I mean? You know, it's long and sort of skinny. It doesn't have to be blue. Don't like that. Do not like that. That's too long. Oh my goodness. Butterfly I can handle. Okay, well, there's the butterfly with the brownish color background, and here's one with the, I think I like that. I think it gives a little funness. I know I can make a whole collage with the, what do you call it, paper, the cheesecloth and all that behind it, but sometimes I just like it to be simple-ish. And I thought I would use a lot of words in this, but I can't seem to fit them in correctly. All right, there we go. That's done. Journal space. This page is open. It doesn't have anything on it. I don't know. I don't want it to get so fat, you guys, that we can't close it. I don't want it to be gaping out. So I'm not going to put stuff on every single page. This is fun to write on, this tracing paper, or onion skin. Book there. This is coffee dyed. In the center here, these all need to be sewed. And here are several words, which I'm not sure I like any at all. So I may have to remove them or put something over them. You know, just anything. Yeah, they just don't look good, do they? Let's see, I gotta... That's a little too big. I guess if I did something like that, you could write dates on it or something. Or does that look funny with everything? I'm gonna leave a couple words. I don't like library. I like the word literature and author. All right, I'll decide that later. Okay, and this has a journal card behind it, and it's all done. And whoa, I just put this little guy down the side, and And this pocket, and it has this in it. It has I don't know, an envelope I put in there. I don't know exactly why, but maybe I had something in mind. I don't know. This is the one that closes like this. And there's a pocket opening here. I need to put something in that. I'll leave that hanging out. I'm gonna have to put a tab on it. There's just always something more to do. I tell you, I could work on this for another 2 days to fill up stuff. See, this is a blank. Straw paper. Little Women, Wuthering Heights. This is... All right, well, I think there's more to do. I'm not sure what it was, but I don't think anything. Uh-oh. See, I didn't get that straight. Oh, darn. Darn. What is that? What's it look like on the other side? Oh, I hate that. What is it? I know it's a book page because I remember putting it there. There it is. Oh, I don't see how to fix that, you guys, at all, unless I totally rip it out. And I just don't feel like I want to. Darn. I put this on yesterday. And I think I made this before. You guys saw that. I put this on. I'm going to take this off. Should have done it on that page. I just didn't see it. Okay, and I put, oh, I did this card. Oh, I wanted to use my cross stitch. So I made a journal card with it. And it's in here. So I got my little cross stitch in there after all. All right, I think that's all. A little piece here. Oh, and I made this belly band. I have to sew around here. Okay, and there's the center of that book. There's a lot of pages, but count them and find out how many I got. All right, guys, so I guess that's it for today. And I think I'll finish this up. So I'm not sure if I'll do a video tomorrow, or this is going to go up Friday. So if I don't do one tomorrow, Saturday, I won't have one for Saturday. But I might do it and just upload it the same day. Try to have one day in advance. So, but anyway, all right. Thank you so much for joining me, and you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.